Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. It is Saturday. I am not in the studio with Brogan this morning. He is absolutely exhausted, so he is having a well-earned rest this morning, and you have to put up with me. So, 16th of March, 11 a.m. We are live. This is not a recording. We do not put out pre-played videos on YouTube for you to watch. We are actually here. There's a lot of people in chat already. So good morning to Mo and Tariq and to Kishan and to Hidden Agendas. I hope you're all having a great morning. I have been trying to keep the spam out of the main chat, but unfortunately, as soon as we go live, it just gets flooded. So what I am going to try next week is I am going to try turning commenting off. I'm going to have it completely turned off, and I'm going to try and see if we can add 3 or 4 people to chat that can talk to us rather than just allowing all of these fake links to appear into chat. But we'll give it a go next week. Anyway, back to the show. $74,000, bottom right hand corner, is still my next target for Bitcoin. I don't think that we're going to be coming down to the $45,000, $50,000 range that people are talking about. I just think we're too far away from it. So that's still the target. In the bottom left-hand corner, you can see fans, 108,000 fans already. We only hit 100,000, I think, the start of March, maybe the end of February. Feels like a blur. How can you help out? You can follow us. You can hit the like button. You can subscribe. You can do all of those lovely things. We stream 6 days a week, 8 times a week, 6 times a week at 11 a.m., the one you're watching now, and we have 2 shows that go out on a Monday and Wednesday night, which are live trading shows that you will get with Brogan, not me. He is the oracle. He's the technical expert. He's the one you want to watch if you want to get into charts and trading and signals and all of those good kind of things. Anyway, let's get on with the show. Market cap coming in 2.63 trillion, up, believe it or not, 4% in the last 24 hours. Volume is down a chunk, but it's still well over $150 billion. Bitcoin dominance, ETH dominance, still coming in very healthy, 51.5% for Bitcoin, 17% for Ethereum. Bitcoin is hanging about just under 69,000. We are going to have some charts for you today. I am going to look at the Bitcoin chart. I am going to look at the Solana chart, which isn't on the agenda. I'm going to look at the Solana chart. And we're going to look at a couple of other charts, which are surprises further down the list. So what we're going to talk about today, Michael Saylor is on the warpath again to buy more Bitcoin. We're going to talk about Jupiter. What happened to the coin? And who can you imagine predicted that price? I don't know who that would be. Which coin is due a 118% pump? What 3 AI coins should you be watching? And Awakening, which is a new Web3 game coming from the creators of EVE Online. All of that in hopefully an hour and 5 minutes. We do try and get through the show in an hour. If you're wondering where the quiz is taking a hiatus. We had the quiz all through the bear market, but there's too much to cover nowadays in the show. We were cramming it all in, and we were running to an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes. It's too long for a show. So we have now decided to drop the quiz. We will bring it out at special occasions, maybe Easter, maybe Brogan's birthday, maybe my birthday, maybe Christmas. We are not ever going to stop doing the quizzes, but for now, we just have too much to get through. So as you can see, Bitcoin just under 69, Ethereum just over 37, and this down here is the battle of the ages. BNB and Solana fighting it out for 3rd place. Ignore Tether. Tether is not a crypto asset. It's a stable coin. So BNB has managed to stave off the huge pumps that we've seen from Solana. It's at 92 billion compared to Solana's 86 billion. It is holding it off as best it can. Now, today's been a good day, so I'm going to warn you that this might cause you to sit down in shock. Jupiter, my target was $1.50, and Jupiter, as we all know, has been sitting at 48, 49 cents. I've been telling you to buy Jupiter since January. For 2 months, you have had the opportunity to buy Jupiter. Now, I'm going to go over the chart for Jupiter later on, and I'm going to suggest maybe hanging on for a correction or a small pullback because it has gone up dramatically in the last 24 hours. $1.50 was my target. We touched $1.50. We're now at $1.48. That's the biggest mover of the day. Beneath that, Pyth, also on the Solana blockchain. Say is up 25%. Phantom is up. Aptos, Sui, Avalanche. Many gainers today. It's nice to see. And we're going to look at the Solana chart in a minute. $194. Remember, we've given you the prices for Solana ever since $30. We've told you which price Solana was going to get to, and it's got there. And yes, it's easy to predict a rising market, but we've also told you where resistance is going to be along the way, and that's just as important as giving you price predictions. Solana is up, and the losers, I don't believe there are too many losers today. Dog with Hat is down 15%. Pepe, Flocky, not many down. Remember what we were saying about these meme coins. They are the first to die, if you like, to collapse during a sustained period for Bitcoin, where Bitcoin has a minor correction and then crabs. Meme coins will suffer, especially when they ramped up so quickly. Remember, Dog with Hat was 40 cents in February. It's now $2.50. Pepe had a huge rip up. Floki had a huge rip up. Look at the market caps of these meme coins. 2.5 billion, 3.5 billion, 2.3 billion. They are massive. And there is another one out there at the minute, which isn't in the agenda, but I will very quickly show you. And this is Book of Meme, which many of you will probably have heard of. Now, Book of Meme, I'm worried about. I'm going to be honest with you. This has come out of nowhere. Yesterday, it was $300 or $400 million market cap. Today, it's at $1 billion. Now, where on earth is this coin going to go? Where is it going to go? It's at nearly 2 cents. It's at $1 billion. Look at where it's come from. It's up 1,800% in 7 days. There are videos being made about this coin, which I find worrying. And the reason I find it worrying is that everybody watching this is going to jump onto Book of Meme. And yes, it might go up to 2 or 3 billion. It might do another 2 or 3x from here. But you should have been buying it down here, just above the "and" on the screen. That's where you should have been buying it. But you didn't get a chance because this coin's come out of nowhere. 14th of March, it was down here 2 days ago. 2 days, and it's done this. I'm not expecting this to go to $40 billion. I'm not expecting a 40x on this coin. People are talking about it going to $1. I mean, seriously, that would put it above BNB. That would put it above Solana. Please don't follow and FOMO into these coins. It's going to get you wrecked. By all means, it's your money. Do what you want. But these kinds of coins run up and then run straight back down. And I'm not saying it's going to go to zero. I am saying that maybe there is a healthy retracement on the cards. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, where were we? Yes, so not many losers, a lot of gainers. Total market cap is up a healthy 4%. Let's get on with some X-Files then. We have a few of these to go through today. Hopefully we'll whiz through. Hopefully I'm not going to take too much of your Saturday morning up. And like I say, I am trying to keep an eye on chat, but it is difficult. Therax, I'm not going to send you $100, but thank you for asking in chat. It is greatly appreciated. Remember, smash the follow button. We are alive 6 times a week. Right, so why is this chart important? This is the amount of Bitcoin being purchased by BlackRock only. Only BlackRock. Now, do you see this red line down here? This is the amount of Bitcoin being produced every day. Can you see the problem with this chart? The longer these blue bars appear on the screen above the red line, the sooner it is that we run out of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is currently being produced at 900 Bitcoin a day. The halving is 35 days away, 34 days away, whatever the number is today. That will go to 450. So this red line will move down. At no point on this graph are there more Bitcoin being produced per day than BlackRock on its own is buying. This is the problem. When you see people telling you that we're going to have these huge corrections and we're going down to $15,000 and we're going down to $20,000, there is no universe where demand outstrips supply and the price falls. It doesn't happen. You have economies of scale, yes, but Bitcoin is a finite asset. 21 million, we've covered this for the last 2 or 3 days. It is finite. There are only 20 million ever going to be in circulation, of which we know maybe 3 million are lost. Satoshi's million brings it to 21. We know all of these things. At some point, these blue bars have to fall below the red line. Now that may come with sell pressure from the ETFs, because remember, these ETFs don't just buy Bitcoin and then hold on to it forever and a day. There will be sell pressure, but that sell pressure isn't going to appear until we are at a price where people are willing to sell Bitcoin. Now ask yourself a question. What price are you going to sell Bitcoin at? Are you going to sell Bitcoin at $100,000? Are you going to sell Bitcoin at $250,000? What about $500,000? Would you sell your Bitcoin then? That's the problem that we're going to have in probably the next 18 months. Where do we go with the price of Bitcoin? It has to equalize the supply with demand. That's what it's built for. Now, the new meme coin, BOEM, has become the 4th largest coin by 24-hour on-chain trading volume on Solana. And there we go. If I scroll down a bit. So there's been $464 million worth of trading on that coin in the last 24 hours. Now, I'm worried. Now, Mo asked a question in chat, a very good question. I haven't forgotten about you, Mo. I'm just waiting to get to this point to talk about it. Meme coins, the big ones, not the small ones, the big meme coins go through massive bull runs of their own. And when I say that BOEM isn't going to go to $40 billion or $30 billion or $20 billion, I don't mean ever. I mean at this stage of the market. It's all I mean, you see clips on the internet all the time of people clipping YouTubers and streamers and clipping them and saying, Bitcoin will never hit $50,000 or Bitcoin won't hit $50,000. That video was made 2 years ago or 6 years ago or whatever it might be. So you have to caveat these things with looking at when that video was made. In my opinion, and remember all of these things are my opinion, meme coins have their own mini cycles and people put liquidity from Dog with Hat into Bonk, then they will move on to Pepe or they'll move on to BOEM, for example. Now money is flowing into BOEM and at some point that money is going to flow out of BOEM and the profits will be taken and there will be profit taking and the price of BOEM will crash. Now at the point of it crashing, if you think this meme coin has a future, you would buy BOEM. That's how it works. Buying it now, when it's already run up to $1 billion after 2 days of trading, makes no sense. And it absolutely stinks of pump and dump. It absolutely reeks. I haven't done a review of it. I might make a video about BOEM today. But it absolutely stinks. This coin didn't exist really 7 days ago. And now it's at $1 billion. It's fairyland. It's make-believe. It's the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. It's the Wizard of Oz, whatever you want to call it. I am going nowhere near this coin until I've done my research, and then I'll make a video and then I'll put the video up. But in answer to your question, Mo, they go through cycles, and if you want to buy meme coins, you buy them when they're fully retraced, and then you wait for the next leg up, and that might take 6 months or a year, because nobody really knows why these meme coins pump. Bonk pumped because of the Saga phone. That kind of kicked everything off, to be honest. Bonk was nowhere, the Sega phone wasn't selling, suddenly they did a Bonk airdrop, the price of Bonk rocketed, Saga phone sold out, and then we kind of got this spark which caused this meme coin frenzy. But I don't think it's sustainable. I don't think meme coins are a future. If you want to play with meme coins, as I say, put 1% of your portfolio into meme coins and good luck to you. But you might as well go to a casino and put money on red and see what happens. And putting money on red is probably a higher percentage chance of winning than backing a meme coin. You need to be buying 10 meme coins to kind of get potentially one back. Moving on, then I've got a couple of tweets from Hodl. What do I think of SHIB? I think SHIB is going to be the top meme coin in this bull run. It has its own blockchain. It has everything. It's got its own DEX. It's got its own NFT collabs going on. I think SHIB is currently the best meme coin out there. And I don't classify it as a meme coin anymore. I think it's evolved into a community coin. I think it's evolved into a utility token. You have Bone, which of course is the DAO token for SHIB. So for me, SHIB it's the OG with Dogecoin. It's the OG meme coin from the last bull run. I think it's going to overtake Doge if Doge doesn't get the X news that we're expecting. So, Mr. 100, just so you know, this entity, is buying Bitcoin in 100 Bitcoin blocks, and they have been doing it for some considerable time. Now, we don't know who it is, because obviously they're not making themselves known. So this is the kind of wide and varied collection of people we think it is. If I was to put my money on any one of these on here, so you've got Hong Kong preceding, you've got Qatar, you've got Middle East, you've got Upbit, you've got Dubai, Singapore, Jeff Bezos, Zuckerberg, Elon, China. What we know is it's not one of these US ETFs. He's been buying since November 2022. But the earliest transaction was 2019. Now, we don't know who this is. My money would not be on Qatar or the Middle East or anybody recently. My money would be on somebody older, which would make me believe it's one of two groups of people. I would believe it would be China, although I think they have their own stash, or I think it's a tech person like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos or Zuckerberg. It's too far back for it to be the UAE or the sovereign wealth funds or whatever else it might be, because 2019 it's 5 years ago. It's before really we had all of the hype, and I don't think they would have looked at it twice. So I think it could be a tech person. They are first movers. I think it could be Jeff Bezos. My money would be on Bezos. Of any tech billionaire, it would be Bezos. Elon Musk has already admitted to owning however many Bitcoin and Dogecoin. I think we know that Elon Musk owns, is it 10, 15, 20% of the circulating supply of Doge? So my money would be on one of them or the CCP, but it wouldn't be on anybody else. Now, all we need to know about this Mr. 100 is, like I say, there you go. I'm going to bring it up. Let's see if I can click on it. There we go. It's a bit hard to see on the screen, to be honest. I'm not going to keep it up very long because it's bright. But as you can see, he has been buying 100 Bitcoin at different times on different days. And that is why he's called Mr. 100. Or maybe he shouldn't be called Mr. 100. Maybe he should be called The 100, because we don't know if it's a man or a woman. It could be Jeff Bezos' wife, for all we know. It could be Nancy Pelosi. It could be Elizabeth Warren. Could you imagine? Now then, let me just repeat what I say quite a lot on this channel is do what they do, not what they say. The Vanguard CEO says they will not offer spot Bitcoin ETFs because it doesn't belong in a long-term portfolio and it is not a store of value. This has been slightly clipped. He doesn't just say that, he also mentions the fact, he says the words at this time or in this moment. He said that he's not going to add the Bitcoin ETFs. Now, do I believe that Vanguard is going to ignore the second largest commodity in the world behind gold? Possibly. They're not a massive fan of gold either, in all honesty. So there is a potential that they don't offer Bitcoin, but do I think that they're accumulating Bitcoin in the background? Absolutely. Absolutely. Vanguard, we've had the same thing from BlackRock. 4 years ago, BlackRock said that Bitcoin was only used by the underworld and only used for, nefarious purposes. And what happened? BlackRock is now the biggest ETF, Bitcoin ETF in the world. So do I expect Vanguard to change their tune in 2 or 3 years' time? Well, the CEO has stepped down after he said we would never offer Bitcoin. So read into that as you will. Now then, I am keeping an eye on things. Boom! Moonjack. Yeah, I'm going to make a video about Bohm today. So we are Crypto Warehouse. We make crypto videos. We publish them on YouTube. We have a Telegram group, and of course we're streaming to you on your platform. So we do make videos about various different things. So make sure to follow us and subscribe to us. And I'll probably make the Bohm video today. I think it's about time. Now then, this isn't in the schedule, so probably going to run over by a little bit, but who cares? Now, we gave you various different targets that you can see here on the chart. Let's go to the daily, just so we can show you. Now, yes, it's all well and good drawing white lines on the charts and then saying, look how good we are by telling you where the price is going to be. But we specifically gave you the levels of resistance and support. This one has been smashed. The last one has been smashed. We didn't expect this to happen. These two have held. Now, the other thing I talk about on here is I like to see coins going up in steps. Like this. Okay? This has broken my step pattern and I am not happy about it. Why am I not happy about it? Look where the moving average is. Look how beautifully we have followed this line. I'm going to give everybody seasickness the way I'm moving around. Look how we followed this line and look how the moving average has followed it up. It's lovely. It's lovely. Now, and we wanted this to carry on like this. Now, what we don't want to see is this huge divergence where we absolutely skyrocket to a new price which breaks everything. What do I mean? I mean that this Solana should be at $175. But it shouldn't be at $195. So it's broken what I expect. It's broken it. And what will tend to happen, in my opinion, remember everything is my opinion, I think we're going to do this and we're going to get rejected here and then we're going to come back down. We're going to get rejected here and come back down to one of these two levels, or we're going to absolutely smash it and then come all the way back down. Whichever happens, we are going to have a retracement on Solana. So my advice, not financial, and it's my personal opinion, is I think we need to wait and see. So if you're thinking about buying Solana, now would not be the right time to buy Solana, in my opinion. We need to see if it hits that $200 and breaks it, because I have a funny feeling with the RSI this high, and again, we can look at multiple different time frames. RSI is still overbought on most of them. We're still tracking up. I think we're going to do this. That's what I think. We're going to have a profit take at 200 and we're going to come back down to 174, which is where we should be. And yet we did have a little bit of a wobble at 174. We didn't really wobble, did we? We kind of spent, what's that? Not 12 hours maybe? 12 hours at this price. So listen, what I would love to see, and I'm not expecting it, but what I would love to see is Solana do this. That's what I would love to see. Even if it's for the next 4 or 5 days, give this a chance to come back down, cool off, and then we can talk about higher price targets. But what would be a higher price target for Solana? Well, look how far we are off all-time highs. We are pretty much, that's the wick, I would say. Not the wick, sorry, that's the close. So we'll ignore the wick, we'll look at the close. $250, dead on. Now, that's another 25% from where we are now. For the third largest crypto asset, we are, in my opinion, starting to look a little bit euphoric, and I don't like that. Anytime we come away from this, anytime we come away from this too far, we come down. Look, it's happened here before. We shot up, what happened? We curled down. So what's stopping us doing that? Nothing. So I would say, if you want to add more Solana to your bags, I would hang on a little bit. In my opinion, I think we're going to have a cooling off period, and I think we might touch 200. Listen, if we break 200, we're going to 250. But at some point here, we need to cool off. And I think it's going to be at 200. It's a massive psychological barrier. We had a huge barrier at 50. We had a huge barrier at 100. It's a psychological barrier, and we're only $4 away. We're 2% away. So we're probably going to challenge it today. Now, maybe, think of this. The sell-off in Solana meme coins, people are selling off to Solana. They don't sell off to USDC, they're selling off to Solana. So if you've made $10,000 on Bonk and you're going to take some profits, you're going to buy $10,000 worth of SOL. So this is the sell-off of memes. Now, when people start to buy these memes again, or the new meme coin, the sell pressure on SOL will push the price down. And it probably come down to the next level, which is here, or the next level, which is here. Either way, it's still healthy for Solana. Because remember what I've said, on the Ethereum blockchain, a lot more people sell to USDC and USDT. On Solana, we've never really had that much liquidity in USDC and USDT. So people sell to Solana. So this is pumped by the profit taking from all of these meme coins. I mean, look at the Solana ecosystem. Look at the amount of money. You know, why is Jupiter pumping? Why is Pyth pumping? Why is Sol pumping? Because people are taking profits from the less serious assets, the meme coins, and putting them into the real projects. It's Pyth and Sol and Jupiter. That's how I see it playing. So I think we're going to retrace, and I think we'll retrace during a profit take. Now, very quickly, because we are really, we haven't even started the show. And we're half an hour in. Let's get on with it then. So again, we're not going to cover this up. Hello, J587. I hope you are well. Bitcoin blowout, crypto prices. Listen, you can ride those meme coins. My Solana today is all on meme coins with, does that say 50% profit? I hope so. Listen, meme coins are not going to go anywhere. I don't like them. I don't think they're good for the ecosystem, but they're a good gateway crypto to crypto. So I get it. I understand it, but I never liked them, and I've never have liked them. And I don't really hold meme coins. Fair play to people who make money out of them, but they're not for me. I like to look at serious projects. I do cover meme coins, by the way. I do make videos about meme coins, and I do give you my opinion on where I think they can go. But my personal bags don't have meme coins. I've got like a little bit of bonk, and I've got an airdrop of when, and that's it. I've also got another coin that we did a show on, but that's it. I don't hold anything else. So Bitcoin lost 800 million in liquidations as it came down. We know what happened. We know about the liquidations. We know why it happened. We did get to 74,000 and get rejected, which was my target, but I don't want us to think that we are now going to zero. Remember, we did the conversation yesterday about Bitcoin and not panicking, so let's not worry about it too much. So basically what happens is, when there are too many people longing the market, we can see these kind of cascading liquidations which just trigger this downward movement. The same when there's a short squeeze, that will push the price higher. Now, just to put this into context, and you don't need to understand all of this, I am not going to go through this bit by bit. This is the order book for Bitcoin. Now, when Bitcoin moves around an awful lot, it doesn't give the order book time to fill. And what I mean by that is, if Bitcoin sat at 69,000 for the next 3 weeks, the order book would fill up at 70, 72, 73, 75,000. We are seeing all of these wicks up to 74, down to 65.5, back to 69, 68. It's all over the place. And what that does is two things: is it liquidates everybody, so it deleverages the market, takes all the leverage out of the market. Oh, you're 50% down. Right. Mohammed, it's just, send me your portfolio of meme coins. I'll have a look at it for you. You've got my email address in chat. Send it over and I'll have a look for you. So what happens is, it deleverages the market, which is good and it's healthy. It retraces, which means it helps to reset the RSI. That's healthy. It brings us back closer to the moving averages. That is healthy. These retracements are healthy. But it also clears the order book. And there is nothing in the order book. We're at 69,000. And there's no sell pressure until $75,000 and $80,000. So much as many people out there are worrying about their Bitcoin, I told you yesterday, don't get shaken out. It's like a helicopter. You're trying to take off in a zombie apocalypse, and all those zombies are holding on to you. And all they're doing is moving the helicopter up and down to shake off those zombies. And you, unfortunately, are a zombie. They want to get rid of you, and then they can go higher. This is what's happening. We are going to be at $75,000 before you even blink an eye. You could wake up on Wednesday morning and be at $75,000. Good morning, Gianni. Welcome to the stream. I hope you are doing well. No Brogan today. He's having a well-deserved rest. He had an AMA yesterday morning at 10 o'clock. He had his long trading on Wednesday night. He's done a lot this week, so he's having a well-deserved rest. I'm way older, I sleep way more, and I'm way more relaxed on it. So for me, we could be at 75,000 because the order book is empty. That's what's important. If we had 50,000 Bitcoin for sale at 70,000 or 69.9, I'd be worrying that we're not going to go up too much higher. Now, let me take off Brogan's weird and wonderful simple signals and go back to my simple chart. Okay. This line here is our previous all-time high, and look where we are sitting right now. So we tried to break, I think 74.6, I think is my target. We didn't break it, but guess what happened? We've come down. It's like a comfort blanket. All of these different levels of support are like comfort blankets. You know, you bang your toe, you hurt your knee, you look for your comfort blanket. And that is where we are at now. We're at previous all-time high. Okay, we are 6% out, but we've been ranging now between 69.2 and 68.3 for the last few hours. We did wick back up. I think we wicked up to 70,000 yesterday. If we go to the daily, we probably have a bit of low. See, look, this is probably a better view of what I'm talking about. Let's bring it back into the screen here. So we've come up in the step pattern that I'm talking about. And look, we got rejected. What did we do? We found the next layer of support. Previous price action, 69,200 was our previous all-time high. We're back at it. Now, all of these people that are worrying, right, do you know what price we were at last Saturday? This is where we were last Saturday. No, we weren't. We were here last Saturday. Hang on, there. We were there. We were there last Saturday. Not there. We were there the Saturday before. So, this huge correction that we've had that has scared people has taken us down to just above where we were last Saturday. Last Saturday, 7 days ago. We've really not moved. If you think about it, we've moved $1,000 in the right direction. We're 2% higher, 1% higher than we were this time last week. Now, again, why is this nice to see? Look what happened here. RSI, slightly overbought. RSI, slightly overbought. I covered this on the stream yesterday, I know. But we're going over it for anyone that wasn't there. What happened? It curled down, it shot up. We came up, we curled down, we shot up. Can you tell me what's going to happen next? We've curled down, we're going to go up. We've curled down. So the RSI, healthy retracement. We've not seen, I mean, like I said, people are talking about 47,000, which is here. Now, in previous bull cycles, we've come down 20%, roughly. Sorry, not halving cycles, sorry. We've come down 20%. Now, 20% from 70,000 would be 56,000, or this fib level here. Let's just use this blue line as the fib level. Now, let's say we lose this, and we do come down to this level. We will have ticked the box that many people have asked for. Many people want to see the 20% retracement. And that's fine. They're perfectly entitled to ask for that. I personally think that this was the retracement here. I think this movement down is the retracement. I think we're still going to have these 10% wicks, 12% wicks. No one's going to do this. We are going to have do this. You want me to? Why crypto? Will you go for Gary USDC once? You know what? I will look at it. I will look at it. Gerald, Dogecoin. Sorry, what is this coin? This is Bitcoin I'm looking at right now. Dogecoin, I cannot stand it. Somebody explain to me 3 benefits of Dogecoin, because I don't know the benefits of Dogecoin. It's got an unlimited supply, but inflation is coming down because they've made so many of them. It's based on Litecoin, which is based on Bitcoin, so it has a correlation there. But yeah, I want to look at Gary. I better make a note of that, or I'll forget. Let me open my notepad. In fact, what I'll do is I will make a video on Gary. I'll make a video on Gary and I'll make a video on Bohm. They're my 2 videos to do. I'll try and do them both today or this weekend. So, Dogecoin, not a fan. Not a fan at all. Yes, it's probably going to go to 50, 60, 70 cents. Great, but it's not going to be in my portfolio. Not a fan. If I was to pick a meme coin, which I love, or not a meme coin I love, I don't love meme coins. If I was to pick a meme coin, thanks, Mohammed. I'll read the email after the show. If I was to pick a meme coin to back, I would pick a meme coin with a community. So I would look at Bonk. I like what Bonk has done. SHIB, I love what SHIB are doing. The other coins, so Doge and Bohm, and sorry, not Doge, Dog with Hat and Bohm and Pepe. They're so young, you have to give them chance to build out their community. I can't just sit here and say they've done nothing, they're rubbish. I've got to give them the equal amount of time that SHIB's had. SHIB's had 4 or 5 years. Honk, I've never heard of. We've covered Ponk, we've covered Bonk, we've covered Ponke. Honk, I've not heard of. I'd have to go and look at it. But eventually, Mohammed, what will happen with these meme coins that you pick? It will rip. Absolutely rip. Good morning, Solo Sky. Welcome to the stream. Right, let's move on. We are so astronomically late on this stream. We haven't even got to the second article about dupe. This is what happens on a Saturday morning when I get up at 7:30 and I have my coffee too early. I don't want an advert. Go away. Okay. So, as we mentioned, what seems like an hour ago, Jupiter is now at $1.50. I probably will get why crypto. I think the issue with a lot of these coins is that I get bought into certain projects like Jupiter. I'm such a fan of Jupiter, but I'm not a fan of Pyth. I like Pyth, but I haven't bought into it. Jupiter, I bought into from day one. I love Jupiter. I'm not a fan of Pyth, but Pyth is going to do really well. Chainlink, I love Chainlink. It's so boring to explain to people, but if I find a project I like, I will cover it and keep making update videos on them. Now, Jupiter, I've put this in here. I put this in here before it ran up to $1.50, so don't accuse me of cheating. Jupiter is, of course, the aggregator. It is producing higher volumes than Uniswap 3. It has introduced a DAO. It has introduced this value average system, which I'm not going to go into on here, but go and look it up. Jupiter has airdrops. It has a lock mechanism. You will be getting dupe. You'll be getting when. You'll be getting 2 tokens every month for the next 6 months. You're probably going to, and don't quote me on this, you are probably going to make 300% more than your lock on Jupiter. And that is because they have incentivized the voting system. So they've put in 100 million dupe, you're going to get big bags of when, and you're also going to get 2 launch tokens each time. You bought Pyth at 30 cents, that's an absolute steal. I sold all of my Pyth for Solana because I didn't. I think I got 22 Solana out of my free airdrop on Pyth, or 21 Sol, something like that. And at the time, I needed the Sol. I needed to build up a bag of Sol, and that's what I did. I lost a lot of Sol in the last bull run. Pyth are sold out, Dupe are kept. So Dupe recovers from the airdrop. Again, we're not going to look on the charts too much. Why is it rising? Now, this is the bit that I need to go. So the Jupiter ecosystem, the LFG launch pool, its first token was, of course, when. I hope you kept your when, because when is now worth $230. It's going to go higher. It's not just a meme coin. It's a new, not protocol, but it's a new way of create. It's a fractionalized. It's connected to fractionalized NFTs. It's a long story. It's to do with a poem by Meow. Go and look it up. Total value locked went to $300 million. It surpassed the Uniswap volume. What's important about that, and this is why I based my $1.50 early price prediction for Dupe, is that to get to Uniswap's market cap, Dupe would have to be, I think, $3.50 or $3.80 or something like that. We're nowhere near that yet. We're still at $1.50. So it has a long way to go, but it's a project that's really young, and it's going to be on one of the biggest growing chains. So it's the fastest horse on the fastest track at this moment in time. So we're going to skip ahead. I better start going through these things a bit faster because we are running out of time. So I want to show you the chart because, again, very similar to Solana, I'm worried that it starts to overextend itself. So we're at $1.50. to the cent that I predicted at the beginning of February. Now, I ain't claiming to be some kind of like soothsayer here. I based that solely on the market cap of the project and where I thought the market cap of the project should be. Now, I haven't drawn any fib levels on this, haven't done anything. I want to draw your attention to completely overbought, hit the price target that I expected. So what do I think is going to happen? Very similar to Solana, I expect a cool down. So if you don't own dupe, I would expect it to do this. So if we did, let's say we just drew a very crude trend line on here. So let's say that's the trend line of Jupiter over the last few days, okay? This is going to come down, this is going to come down and go back up. So this should come down to $1.15, maybe even further. We can't really do any price action before then because, as you can see, the price was just range bound. I think it was about 48 cents. I was buying dupe, and I've put the screenshots up on my Twitter account. I was buying dupe at 48 cents. I was buying $10 a day, and I was getting 22 dupe for my $10 a day, or 23 dupe for my $10 a day. And I dollar cost averaged in for about, let's see, for about 3 weeks. So from about here to about there, I dollar cost averaged in that period of time, and then stopped when it started to break above 55 cents because that's when I thought it was going to run. And lo and behold, 57 cents, straight to 73, and then up. So I had a price target for what I wanted in terms of dupe. I have a price target for what that value is in my head. We've hit all of those targets. We're at $1.50. I do think we're going to get a correction. If we do get a correction and it comes all the way down to something like 93 cents, I will start to draw fib levels. At the minute, I can't really draw fib on this. It's in price discovery. It could go anywhere. I could be completely wrong and we could go to $3. We could be at $3. If people sell off all of these meme coins, we could be at $3. But I do expect a retracement. It has seen some very high action. I mean, I know the chart is very young on some of these coins, but everything is overbought. Everything is overbought. So I wouldn't touch this right now. I would wait. And again, I could be wrong and we could go to $2.50, but I think we're going to have a retracement on it. Now, we're going to skip. What have we got? 12 minutes. Right. We're going to jump to these 3 AI coins. The 118% pump was for BNB, by the way. And I'm not going to do the chart for BNB. We did it, I think, a few days ago, or we did an article on BNB a few days ago, so I'm not going to do too much about this. Now, one of these things is these older websites like 99bitcoins.com. I've been using this for 7 years. It has a really nice calculator telling you how much your Satoshis are worth in dollars. So when I was farming way back when and converting all of my mined tokens to Bitcoin, it was telling me how many, I was doing like, I don't know, 60,000, 120,000 Satoshis a day back in the day. So it's, it's one of those OG websites. But the problem with it being an OG website is, of course, it looks like a bag of bolts. It doesn't look very good, and it's very difficult to show you text on a screen, because I'm sure it's burning your retinas the same way that it's burning my retinas. Right, just let me try and catch up on chat. Okay, forget all that. So 3 AI coins to watch ahead of the NVIDIA 2024 conference. For those of you that don't know, NVIDIA is now the 4th or 5th largest company in the world. It makes all kinds of chips. It's getting into AI in a massive way. In fact, about 3 or 4 months ago, the CEO or the CTO had a conversation with an AI NPC, showed you how they can interact with you, all of these kind of things. It's very exciting. If you're a gamer, This is the future. Imagine Helldivers 2 solely built around AI. Or any game, Star Atlas built around AI. Call of Duty, Fortnite, all built around AI. It completely changes the dynamic of gaming forever. So Nvidia is at the forefront of that, and there are AI tokens associated with projects associated with Nvidia, and that's what this article is about. Now, I don't remember this. This was really late last night that I found this article, and it's given you 3 projects. Near Protocol, The Graph, and Fetch AI. There we go again. For the last 18 months, I have been talking about Agix and Fetch, Singularity.net and Fetch, my 2 picks for AI tokens. There are better AI tokens, but they've got larger market caps. I was trying to find ones where you would make the most gains. So this resilience comes despite a broader dip. Bitcoin is struggling. On the other hand, hopes of Denkum driving Ethereum from 4,000. That didn't transpire. That was a buy the rumor, sell the news event. And so let's have a little look. So Near Protocol, again, like Ethereum, the platform supports smart contracts. However, it is more scalable and developers can deploy quicker. I just seem to have swallowed my own tongue. Its developers have created efficient architectures that can support the computationally intensive demands of AI. See, Mohammed, if you bought FET at 23, you've made 12x on your money. That's good going. The question now is, at what price do you sell? Is FET going to become a $20 token? That's the question, because we've got here at the end of the beginning of the bull run. Render at $1.70. I think it's now $10 or $11 now. Render was a good buy as well. I mean, when I say I've picked Fetch and I've picked Singularity, there are, of course, 20 other AI tokens out there, equally as good, but I have to compare market cap, potential, price, runway for growth, all of those things. And things like Near Protocol and the Graph, they've had a bull run, or the Graph especially has had a bull run. Fetch and Singularity haven't, so that's why I think they will do multiples more. Render hasn't really had a bull run. It will have a great bull run this time around. However, Near Protocol has had a great run, great price action. It's up 620% since October 2022. Yeah, Agix, I think I held from. I think you must have bought Fetch and Agix about the same time I did, I think. So the Graph, again, it's not a sexy project, but it's needed. It's needed. Like Chainlink, it works in the background. It has interoperability and security. This Graph focuses mainly on APIs, providing statistics across multiple chains and multiple coins and all that kind of good stuff. So the Graph is a good one. However, I'm not sure. Okay, so Graph will benefit because AI will use the data provided by Graph. That makes perfect sense. But again, I don't think the Graph. I think the Graph is wholly undervalued. I remember people talking about the Graph at 60 cents in the last bull run, and we're at 40 cents now, so the Graph might not be a bad shout. And Fetch, again, I don't know about Fetch in terms of whether we want more of a correction or not on Fetch. Whether we've topped, whether we're going to come down a little bit, whether the RSI is going to cool off a little bit. We've been in price discovery on Fetch for a long time. Maybe we need to have a pause. Now, Fetch is the one which I like. It's basically a decentralized collection of AI bots. So if you're a healthcare company and you come along and you say, I want you to analyze all of this data, it will provide you with 200, 500 AI bots, all decentralized around the world. And each node will receive an allocation of Fetch from what you have paid for that data to be analyzed. That's how it works. It has a very simple business model and a very useful business model. They're working directly with Singularity to fix hallucinations. We've covered hallucinations. Hallucinations are where AI sees things that aren't there. And it's a big problem for AI. And Fetch and Singularity are working on a partnership on that. Fetch has got a partnership with Bosch. They're working on creating like an AI standard. So Fetch for me is always going to be my number one pick until maybe we get to a certain price where I think it becomes overvalued, but I don't think we're there yet. However, I think these are three really good shouts. If you were to buy 3 tokens, 3 AI tokens, these aren't bad to pick. As Mohammed said, Render is a good token to buy. That would make it 4. And your 5th, I would go for Singularity. But there are, of course, others, and we've covered this time and time again. Again, I'm going to show people, especially new people, how you would find AI tokens. If you go to CoinMarketCap and you type AI into the top right-hand corner and click on categories, you will see all the different options down here. I use AI and big data, not generative AI or anything like that. And you will see Near Protocol, you'll see Render, you'll see the Graph, and you'll see Fetch. And further down, you'll see Singularity. These two have pretty much moved up. Fetch and Singularity have pretty much moved up together. They were kind of way down here not long ago. So for me, all of these coins in the top, apart from, I'm not a fan of BitTenza, I'm not going to lie, I'm not a fan of BitTenza. Apart from BitTenza, all of these coins, for me, all have potential. But again, look at the market cap. Is Near Protocol going to 10x from here? That would put it at 80 billion. That's a sizable market cap. Or is Fetch going to 10x from there and hit 20 billion, which seems more realistic? Is Fetch a better horse to ride than Near in the bull run? That's the question. The Graph is already valued at 4 billion. So think about, where's the market cap going to go to? Think about, are they going to outperform other coins? Because that's where we're at now in AI especially. Most of these coins are going to do multiples. The question is picking the winners. Render has absolutely ripped to $11.50. It's got a $4.3 billion market cap. But just let me show you the chart. I've gone so off-piste with this stream today. I don't even think we've followed the agenda properly. I mean, right, just to put it into context. On the 1st of October, 4.5 months ago, this was $1.50. So we have 8x'd in 4.5 months. Do we think there's going to be a retracement before the bull run? I would hope so, because it's going to run out of steam. I don't think this coin has got to a price which values it fairly. I think this has got to a price based on hype. And you could say that about most AI tokens, because not unfortunately, but AI has become the buzz. All of the VCs that were investing in crypto 4 years ago are now investing in AI. They've moved on from crypto. They've seen their gains. They're moving on to AI. So AI is the next one. But just look at what Fetch has done. Again, you could have bought this at 22 cents. So that's on another 12x. So is there going to be a retracement on all of these AI tokens? I think so, because I think this market cap is too high for where we are in the markets at this moment in time. Maybe not all of them, but I think the entire industry, the AI industry, has seen such massive inflows that any coin that mentions AI or any coin that has AI in its name is just going to do multiples. And that's my problem with this market at the moment. At this moment, I don't want to tell people to buy Fetch at this price, because it could retrace to $2. It could retrace to $1.50 and then have a huge run. Because if Nvidia starts to partner with Near and the Graph and Fetch and Singularity, then yes, these are going to be huge companies in the future. but we can run out of steam, especially on these altcoins. We can run out of steam, and then we will need to have a retracement, gather ourselves together, and then have another run. Remember, this is a marathon that has to last for the next 18 months, and we need tokens to last the next 18 months. Now, maybe Fetch gets to $20. Would I sell my Fetch at $20? I'd probably sell half of it, absolutely, because that would be massive gains. And again, a lot of people might think about that. Like Mo said, if Mo's bought it at 20 cents and it's got to $20, that's 100x. It doesn't matter at what stage of the market you've made 100x. You've got to take some profits. Why are you holding all of these altcoins if it's not to take profits and not to make gains and life-changing wealth? And you can hold things too long. That's what happened in the previous bull run. People were holding at 69,000, and I'll be honest, I was holding at 69,000 because everybody on their rant told me we were going to near to 90 to 100,000 4 years ago. So of course I held. We never got there. We came crashing down. That's why I'm very wary of people telling you we're going to $1 million on Bitcoin or we're going to $1,000 on Solana. We might do. I haven't got a crystal ball, but there's no harm in taking profits. If you take profits at $800 on Solana and it goes to $1,000, you've still got some, you've not sold it all. So you take another chunk of profit. Suddenly you might have taken half of your money off the table, and then the price comes down to $500. You can't think, oh my God, it's going to go to $2,000, it's going to go to $5,000, it's going to go to $1 million. Taking profit doesn't mean selling everything. It means selling whatever you're comfortable with, 10%, 15%, 20%. Because if you've put $1,000 into Solana and you've got $20,000 and you take $10,000 off the table over a period of 3 months, you've 10x'd Solana, and you've got a bag of Solana, which may go on to better things. It might correct. But if it does correct, massively correct, you've got your $10,000 that you sold at $1,000 per Solana, and you're now buying it at $400 a Solana. So you're getting 2.5 times the amount of Solana than you would have had you held it. And the only caveat to what I'm saying here is, I'm not sure I'm going to be selling my Bitcoin. I need to see what happens in the next year to see what price it gets to determine whether I'm going to hold it or not. Because it's one thing, your aunt and your uncle and your sister wanting to FOMO into Bitcoin. It's a completely different kettle of fish when you've got El Salvador and Bolivia and Paraguay and Cuba and Brazil and even maybe the UK all wanting to buy Bitcoin to hold it as part of their treasury. That's a completely different ballgame. And I don't know whether selling my Bitcoin at $200,000, whether I'll look back at it in 10 years' time when it's at $1 million, $2 million, $3 million of Bitcoin and think, I probably shouldn't have sold it. So Bitcoin at the minute is the only exception, and that's because it could become sovereign state-owned assets. And that's a different game. That's not a game that me and you are playing. That's a game that the big boys are playing. So that's why Bitcoin for me might be the only coin that I hold where I don't take profits, unless it goes astronomical. You know, if it gets to the point where I can go and buy a yacht, an island, and I can go and send Tariq a Tesla in the post because I've got more money than sense, then yes, maybe I will sell it. But for now, it's not going to happen. These AI tokens are going to reach a market cap where it's either overvalued or it's fair valued, and that's the point to sell. It's like you've planted an apple tree and the apples are growing. At some point, you've got to pick those apples and eat them. There's no point in letting the apples fall off the tree and rot away. You need to sell your assets when they've reached a fair or overvalued point. And we will get there over the next 18 months. That's kind of the plan. Anyway, it's now 12:05. I think we've overrun the stream. And we should probably start to wrap it up rather than me hankering on about all these other kinds of things. So the Awakening, then, it's going to be a game. I haven't got a lot of information about it. I put it in there for Brogan to talk about today because he's more into gaming than I am. So final thoughts. I think I've just given you my final thoughts, which is you need to take profits. And it doesn't matter if it's today or tomorrow or in 12 or 18 months time. If you've made 100x on a token and it's not a top tier layer 1, layer 2 project, then you should take some profits. You know, if you've made, let's say you've made 10x on a coin. So let's say you've put $100 in and you have $1,000 in assets. You should probably take $100 to $200 out. That's your original stake. And then you're left with what some people call the moon bag. And a moon bag is free money. It's appreciated in value so much that even after you've taken out your original investment, it's still 4 or 5 times what you put in. And then you think about that's free money. Then what you can do with that $100 or $200 is you can either go and enjoy it, treat the family to a nice meal, or go and look for the next big thing. Go and look for the next token that you want to go and invest in, or alternatively, go and buy some more Bitcoin, go and buy some more Ethereum, go and buy some more Solana or Cardano or whatever else it might be. They're your choices, because when your money's on the sidelines for too long, you're not in the race. And that over a short period of time isn't a problem, but over the next 6 months, it will be. Because in the next 6 months, we should move up considerably from where we are now. We'll still see corrections along the way, but we will move up. So I think that'll be my final comment, which is you are never going to go bust by taking profits. And that really is... Good morning, Andrea. I hope you are enjoying the show. That's pretty much it. I'm not going to go on any longer. We've been here an hour and 5 minutes, and I need more coffee. So thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you for listening. Take care. Mohammed, I have got your email. I've just checked. I'm going to check the email after the show. I'm going to put the stream on pause for about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to turn it off. So I won't be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday. Even God had the 7th day of the week off, so I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow. But I am going to make a couple of videos today on Bohm and also on Gary. So until then, take care. Thanks, everybody, for watching. See you soon.